Here's a little update on my 99 SI, the final install of the front mount intercooler, and what the turbo is going to look like once the exhaust header is pulled out and the turbo is dropped in. I just got these stickers, car decals, and put them on. I took the old dual overhead cam VTEC decal off and put these dual overhead cam turbo VTEC on. I think they look really good. Get a lot of hard stares on that. They were a pain in the ass to get off. The old ones, I used a blow dryer to heat up the adhesive on these, and they peeled off pretty easy, but there was a lot of residue left over, so I had to use Goo Gone. Took like a half an hour to get both sides off and put on, but it turned out pretty good. Godspeed, that's the turbo brand that I'm running in the SI. It's not the best turbo, it's not the worst, but you know, money's the ultimate deciding factor in you know, the expense of the upgrade, and you know, boost is boost. So we're running a Godspeed T3 T4 turbo on this. So here's a front view of the final install of the front mount intercooler. I had to do some tweaks to it. I mounted it onto the metal frame that's inside of here behind this bumper. It was too low, so the intercooler piping, it couldn't reach all the way up into the intake, so I had to put a couple bolts and washers above the bolts to raise the intercooler up about 3/4 inch, but it fits perfect now. This front bumper is it's just a trial run. I cut the shit out of it just to see what it would look like. I got another front bumper coming, and we're gonna get it done the right way with a Dremel, make the cuts real clean. They're real jagged right now, but it's a good view of what it's gonna look like once the new bumper's on. It's just a lot cleaner. Those holes aren't gonna be nowhere near as big, but yeah, she's on and installed and ready. I didn't have to modify this at all. It actually fit pretty snug in there. The piping's right up against it, but it's not in the way at all. Got the SSQB blow-off valve hooked up, and we're snapped onto the throttle body and the intake. I did have to take the stock strut bar off, these two bolts here and over there. The blow-off valve was in the way, but I'm going to get an aftermarket one, and those shoot over and then back instead of the stock one going straight across. So it looks pretty good, and this is the ram horn exhaust manifold and the T3 T4 Godspeed turbo. That's how it's going to look once it gets dropped down in, but yeah, it's going to fit pretty nice. It's a 38mm wastegate with a 10-pound spring in it, which is where I'm going to be running right now until all the internals are changed out. 10 pounds of boost is pretty decent though. You know, it's going to put me in the low to mid 300 range horsepower wise. So that's that until we get new pistons, rods, new fuel pump, new injectors, new map sensor. So it's coming together pretty damn good though. When I got this turbo kit, I didn't get all the bolts that I need to mount the turbo onto the exhaust housing, so I was going to get it welded, but I found out that doing a stainless to cast iron weld, TIG weld, wouldn't be the best way to go with all that exhaust pressure pushing out of it. My one buddy who welds told me that the exhaust pressure could potentially crack the TIG weld, so I would steer away from welding that together, especially if you blow the turbo. It's already welded to the exhaust, and you know, I mean, that just creates a lot more problems. So bolting it's the best way to go. You know, there's going to be a couple mods on bolting it and getting it all right, but she's all ready to go. We got the oil feed line right there, the oil drain line right up there. I don't know if you can see it. I can't look right now. yeah, that's a pretty good view of how she's going to look. We're going to start the turbo process in about a week. So figure about October 1st, 2012. There's a bunch of stuff I got to do beforehand. I got to rip the exhaust manifold off, the header, all the exhaust out. I got to put the new exhaust in with the catalytic converter, the high flow cat bolted to it. Then I have to install the ram horn manifold with the turbo, bolt the downpipe on, and then I have to cut the downpipe to size the distance I need to connect it to the high flow cat, and then the downpipe is going to get welded to the high flow cat. So, I mean, there's a bunch of shit that's got to be done. You know, this isn't a couple-hour process. It'd be nice if it was, but it isn't. But we're on our way. So we'll be boosted here really soon. Thanks for watching.